Every house needs a foundation, but what if yours floats? It's comfortable, it's familiar, it's the perfect prison. The longer you spend on the wrong path, the less time you have for the right one. Time is the one thing you can't get back. Stop drifting. Learn to recognize your own floating house. So there'll be this guy. He's poor. He's poor, but he's got degree. He's got degree, but he's got no job. Because he's got no job, he's got no money. And like most of us is not wealthy as well. And because he's got no money, he's got no food. But he, like all of us, gets hungry. And because he gets hungry, he has to bring some food on the table. And he doesn't have that. So he fills his stomach by drinking a lot of water. Now, don't ask me where he gets water from, he just has it. And then all of a sudden, a sophisticated guy appears and then he says to this poor guy, "Hey, come with me. I'll take care of you." The poor guy is like, "Who are you? How did you even enter here? Go away." He doesn't say any of this out aloud. He just thinks this to himself because beggars can't be choosers. He thinks this too to himself and just says, uh, okay, I guess. Oh, by the way, did I tell you this rich guy's name? His name is Lyril. And because Lyril looks so confident, rich, handsome, neatly dressed, powerful, and of course, rich, rich, rich. This guy couldn't say no, the poor guy, because he needed some food and some shelter right now. What could he do? And then Little's like, "Hey, sorry, I didn't get your name. What do I call you?" He was like, Jack. It's Jack. So now that we have two main characters of the story established, let's dive in. Oh, by the way, guys and girls, take some notes here. When a sweet stranger appears out of nowhere, run. Run as fast as you can. Now, back to the story. Jack was welcomed in like family. No, actually more than family. And just like that, in a long, long time, he felt he had a place to call home. Some place where he felt belonged for. He was fed lavishly, food overflew, clean air-conditioned rooms, cared for, blankets, fireplaces, music that changed with his mood. He was cherished. Jack called it a miracle, of course. More than anything, he was grateful for the food that he got every day. Every meal, he was fed a few servings more than what he was needed. He was a starved person. He loved what he got. So time passed away and he didn't even notice it because of the entertainment that he got. All his needs were taken care of and there were no clocks in the house to track time anyway. Over time, as expected, he started to put on weight, layers of fat deposits in his body. His fingers were too thick, heavy from constant meals. His arms ached from disuse. One day, after a routine cleaning, he noticed that there's a window. Yeah, you can relate it to you lose track of the world day in and day out when you just keep scrolling. Who can escape the dopamine hit? Anyway, back to story. He tried to open the windows, but they wouldn't open because they are built in that way. Through it, he saw something after ages. Sky and something more shocking. Floating houses. He wasn't on a hill. He wasn't on a cliff either. He was in a floating house. In their own floating house were other people whom he started to notice. Some waved, some stared blankly, some whispered. Over time, they started to communicate with each other by writing notes and showing to each other from the glass windows, as outside noise cannot come from the glass windows. They were like him, rescued, fed, now obese, their bodies now rendered useless. They shared scraps of theories, talk of something forbidden, gravity, a force, a truth, a threat. They started to glue the pieces of information together and it dawned upon them that they were human furniture, floating paperweights, employed to stop the house from floating away. Obviously, this was a grave situation and everybody was scared, including Jack. But then, some decided to act when the situation actually presented itself. Plus, they had to feed themselves and were too engrossed in the daily core of receiving entertainment. Jack being one of them, of course. So they didn't have a reason to change. They were all rescued and were all living an ultra comfortable life without any cost. Or that's what they thought. And then one day, Jack was gently escorted out of his house. And then he started to look around himself, and then there were houses on the ground. They were not floating anymore. The sky started feeling distant. Birds now actually looked like ants. So now he started to slowly realize that gravity has returned. He slowly started to get up, but all these years of inactivity had rendered him useless, and then he was just not able to carry himself. And he just lay there on ground for a bit. Jack knew gravity was coming. It wasn't a myth. He saw that his own house had started to descend. But he was busy enjoying the comfort zone a little too much. He now thought to himself, I wasted a lot of time. I should have prepared. I should have. I could have. Yada yada. You know the thoughts which we all have when we miss the bus? Those ones. Some decided to act when the situation presents itself. Some, like Eva, started to act on the information at hand and not have a victim mindset. She noted her goals, observations, and tracked her progress. She was evidently thinner when compared to people like her. And now, thanks to her journaling habit, she is a successful writer. Go check out the book Floating House by Eva. Special 20% discount for the subscribers of Swasthvers. Use coupon SWASTHVERS20 and enjoy your copy. So when life gives you lemons, AI or bad relationships, who would you rather be? Ela or Jack? The choice is yours. Act now. Fuel your inner universe via Swasthvers.